I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now. Do you want to feel good too? So how do you get fit, stay fit, strong for the rest of your life? And there's a bazillion ways now, literally, that the world is trying to encourage us, inspire us, motivate us to be healthy, fit and strong. We've got machines, we've got electronic devices, we've now got robots. You can train with an electronic robot personal trainer if you want to. We've got online social media influencers, we've got online exercise programs, we've got online diets. You don't even have to go to the gym, but there are now thousands, if not millions of more gyms than there's ever been. When I first started in the exercise profession, there were no personal trainers, and now there's millions of personal trainers. So why is it that we've got so many different ways to get fit, get strong and stay that way, but we've got so many people, and the world is fatter, sicker, weaker, more diseased, more depressed than it's ever been. 9 out of 10 people still don't want to exercise. They use time as an excuse, lack of energy as an excuse, or a big long list of excuses. As an interesting side note though, and probably a very important one, our hospitals and doctors' offices are filled up with people who, because they're not fit and strong, because they're inactive, they have all these inactivity diseases. So our doctors are wasting time on people that don't have to have those horrible diseases. They've got them because they're inactive. And that's a little bugbear, well, a big bugbear of mine. I would love the medical specialists who are really good at working out what's going on with the human body. I would love them to invest time in diseases that we don't have a cure for. We have little kids being born with diseases that we don't have a cure for, and doctors that don't have any time to work on those diseases because they're, well, I'm going to say wasting. And I know that sounds really harsh, but if you can be fit and you can be strong and you can be healthy and you don't have to go to hospital or the doctor, wouldn't it be an awful thing that you end up at a hospital or a doctor's because you're just plain lazy? And I'm going to throw that question out there because I would love our world to be healthy, fit and strong. So we've got robots, we've got the internet, we've got electronic gadgets, hundreds and thousands of them now, where you can measure everything. You can have a body scan, you can have a body fat test, you can test your blood pressure, resting heart rate. You've got something on your phone or on your watch or some kind of gadget. And some people can't live without their gadget. It's like they can't exercise without their gadget. So here's my really important question. If you really do want to be fit and strong, should we go back to zero-based thinking? So what if there wasn't a gym? What if there wasn't a dumbbell? What if there wasn't an electronic gadget? What if there were no diets? What if there was no internet? Would you still be fit and strong? So I'll use an example. I'm outside today. I'm about to take my dogs out. It's freezing cold. I'm about to take my dogs out for a run. And the reason I've always got that particular option up my sleeve is we also live in an area where it's very windy and extreme weather, where we often have power blackouts. So if it's windy or rainy, I would probably prefer to stay inside and run on the treadmill, which is controlled by electricity. But I've always got up my sleeve that I don't want electricity to control whether or not I exercise. So I always have up my sleeve, if we have a power blackout today, I can still take the dogs running. And I will have been out in the wind and the rain and the freezing cold and the boiling hot. I don't care because I don't miss an exercise session, because I want to be fit and strong for the rest of my life, and I never want to end up in a doctor's office or hospital because I'm lazy or because I'm unfit and I'm weak. I have a cross trainer that doesn't need electricity, so I can go flat out and get a really great workout without any power. So I've got that one up my sleeve. I've got a boxing bag outside. We've got boxing equipment, but what if there were no boxing bags or boxing gloves or boxing equipment? Could you still get and stay fit and strong if you wanted to box, if you wanted to do martial arts? And of course the answer is yes. I've got a husband who's a world champion martial artist, and it doesn't matter where we are, whether we're on the beach or on a mountain, in the snow, in the water, doesn't matter, he will still train. And I'm sharing all of that with you because if you set a goal and you decide, I'm going to live my life a certain way, I'm going to be fit, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be lean, I'm going to have a stack of energy. And I always ask 4 very simple questions. Do you have a stack of energy? Do you perform at your best all day, every day? Do you love what you see in the mirror? And do you love the way your body feels to touch? And are you getting the results that you want? And if the answer's no, what do you need to change, with or without equipment, with or without a personal trainer, with or without a gadget, with or without a gym? What if the gym's closed? We went through a time in history not that long ago where the gyms were closed. You either had to train online with somebody or you had to train by yourself. And again, I'm going to go where I am in the South Island of New Zealand. There were people that were lifting sheep and cows. There were people that were lifting tractor parts. There were people that were climbing mountains that had never climbed mountains before because the gym was closed. They couldn't go use the cross trainer or the treadmill. There were people that were punching mattresses because they didn't have a boxing bag. There were people who were lifting heavy wet blankets, heavy wet towels in a backpack or a bag, because when you put water into something it becomes really heavy. So do you need stuff to be fit and strong? And of course the answer is no, but an even better thing to consider, should you find a way to stay fit and strong if everything isn't working? So the gym's closed, the internet's down, your personal trainer's on holidays, whatever it is, you can still stay fit and strong. One of the things as an exercise professional all of my life, as a personal exercise coach, a lot of people shared with me that, oh, well, if Rowie's going on holidays, then I'm going to have a holiday from my exercise program. That was one of the reasons that I would sack my clients. Because if I only want to exercise with people, train with people, I only want to be involved with people who are committed. Like you, I only have 24 hours in my day, and I feel like I'm really wasting my time on people. And I'll rephrase that. If you don't invest time in yourself, why should I invest time in you? If you don't care about your own health and you're prepared to be lazy, well, why should I care about your health? Now, I also get that people need motivation and they need inspiration, but ultimately that's my question. What if the person that inspires you and motivates you doesn't show up? And we have too many people in the world, and I'm sure you've met them, who say, I can't be fit because my personal trainer's on holidays, or I can't exercise at the moment because I don't have time, or I haven't got my group class or boot camp is not happening at the moment and I need to exercise with the group, so I'm not going to exercise today. I think that's really sad, and I'm going to share again the outcome of that. If you put that into practice too many times and you get into the habit of missing an exercise session, you will too end up in a doctor's hospital or doctor's office or a hospital wasting their time. And I'm not talking about you personally, but that's what happens when we're inactive. The chances of coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, depression, obesity, most cancers, all the horrible diseases that waste doctors' time that are caused by inactivity, I don't want to get any of them. How about you? So I don't ever want to use an excuse that I can't exercise because I haven't got electricity, or I can't exercise because the gym's closed, or I can't exercise because my trainer's gone on holidays. I love training with other people, and I love having a group of people to be inspired and motivated by, but I don't need them. And I'm hoping that you don't either. And I'm sharing that with you because you can do whatever you bloody well want. As I always say, we're adults and we can be overweight and out of shape and sick and depressed if we want to be. But there's two parts to that. One is that if you end up in a doctor's office or a hospital, there's two parts to that. Sometimes the government pays for that. Well, it's not the government that pays for that, is it? It's the taxpayer, and that's you and me if you pay tax. And if you are using your private insurance, for example, if there's a lot of people using private medical insurance, the cost of private medical insurance goes up. Now, I have to have private medical insurance because I hike and I bike and I go up into the mountains and I swim in cold lakes and I do lots of crazy things. So yes, I have private health insurance so that if I get injured, I'm covered. I'm married to an elite athlete, so if he gets injured, he's covered. But if the medical insurance people are spending most of their money on people that shouldn't be in a doctor's office or in a hospital because they're weak, unfit and frail, then everybody has to pay more for their health insurance. I think you can hear in my voice, this has been my driving force my whole life. I believe that the world can be fit and healthy if it chooses to be. As adults, we can choose not to be. We also have to accept the consequences of we might end up in the doctor's office, or we probably will. We'll probably end up in hospital much sooner, and we'll probably end up dead much sooner. There's an argument to be shared. I want to live a long time, but I don't want to live a long time if it's going to be in some retirement village with tubes in my nose and somebody wiping my bum. How about you? I want to be hiking and biking and enjoying the fresh air and sunshine when I'm 120 because I want to stay fit and strong. How about you? So rather than use an excuse for, or I have to have for exercising or not exercising, what if we all have a zero-based thinking action plan? What if? What if there's no electricity? What if the gym's closed? What if my group of people that I exercise with don't show up? will I still stay fit and strong? And I'll use another very special side note. The top elite athletes in the world that work with a team, so they're on a football team or a basketball team or a rugby team, cricket team, they train with the team. But there's always, in every elite sports person's headspace, there's always at least 4 places to train. So yes, you train with the team. Yes, you train by yourself. Yes, you train when everybody else is not training. That a lot of elite athletes will share with you, I won the gold medal, or we won the world championship, or I won a personal world championship, because when everybody else was sleeping or resting or holidaying, I wasn't. And then elite athletes also train in their head. So they go through their plays, they go through their training, they're constantly thinking about being an elite athlete and being good at what they do, and they go through that in their head. And it's called perfect training, because you can't make a mistake when you go through something in your head. You train perfectly inside your head. So they don't, an elite athlete, a top world champion, will never say, I'm not going to train because the team's not training today. They'll never say, I'm not training today because it's my birthday or it's a public holiday or it's too late or too early. They just do. And we get inspired by elite athletes, don't we? We get inspired by people who achieve things. And that's my personal request. If you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or a leader, wouldn't it be nice if your students, your children, your athletes were inspired by you? Because you're fit, you're strong, you're healthy, you never make excuses. And regardless of whether the power's on or off, whether the rest of the world is exercising or not, whether the gym's open or closed, whether there's weights available or not, whether there's boxing equipment available or not, you will always find a way. If you find a way to be healthy, fit and strong, is it possible that you're more likely to be healthy, fit and strong and inspire other people to do the same? And that's how I want to live my life. How about you? Super duper doo. How are you living my life to the max, healthy, fit and strong? Woohoo! Yeah!